Hey, it's the kitchen table insurance guy back again talking about health insurance with a t-shirt and a tie. For those of you that feel comfortable hearing about insurance from a guy wearing a tie. For those of you that are just interested in content and getting the right information, please ignore the tie. Today we're going to talk about choosing the right deductible for your health plan. Now, when it comes to choosing the right deductible for your health plan, I think my advice, especially coming from a health insurance agent, may surprise you. Personally, I would prefer to use the difference in premium between a low deductible and a high deductible plan to fund my own deductible savings account rather than pay a higher premium for a lower deductible plan and cut those big checks to the insurance company every month. That doesn't sit too well with me, even as an insurance agent. Now, as proof of this, the deductible under my own personal health plan, which covers myself, my wife, and my two young children, has a $3,000 deductible. And that's something I'm very comfortable with, and I'll explain why here in a moment. First, let's remove the scariness that kind of hovers over that term deductible. Because a deductible is the amount of money, the dollar amount of claims that you are responsible for before a plan begins to pay for deductible related services. Now, the majority of health plans do not impose a deductible on routine services, things like sick visits, urgent care visits, or even prescriptions for the most part. These services usually just have a copay responsibility rather than a deductible responsibility. There's a difference. So, if you are one of those people, if those are the services that you're worried about, those routine type services, then to you, it would make no difference whether or not your plan had a $1,000 deductible or a $10,000 deductible. You would never have to worry about it because you are accessing non-deductible related services. On the other side, let's say conversely, you are seeking a plan primarily for catastrophic services and events such as hospitalization or surgery, then the amount of deductible becomes very important to you. So take a few moments, a few seconds to think about what are you purchasing? Are you purchasing a healthcare plan for day-to-day routine services? Or are you purchasing a healthcare plan for major catastrophic events? And the answer to that question will help you determine what is the right deductible for your plan. Because again, for the most part, those routine services do not have a deductible component, just a copay component. So the deductible can be whatever. Now, as you shop for health plans, you may come across a term or acronym which reads HSA. This stands for Health Savings Account, HSA. This refers to a plan that meets the IRS requirements of a qualified high deductible plan, which permits a member to open up an optional health savings account or HSA. So, just because you're covered under an HSA qualified plan does not mean you actually have an HSA or health savings account, because a health savings account is a separate component, an optional component to a qualified HSA plan. So think of the qualified HSA plan as just your means towards opening up a tax-free health savings account if you choose to do so. Now, an HSA is a tax-free account which you can couple or combine with your health care plan to help offset a higher deductible by using tax-free dollars to reimburse yourself for healthcare expenses. An HSA really has triple tax advantages. Since the dollars placed in an HSA are tax-free, the funds grow tax-free, and disbursements are tax-free when used for qualified healthcare expenses. Keep in mind that an HSA qualified plan must meet specific plan design requirements in order to permit you to open up a health savings account. So look for the acronym HSA or reference to an HSA qualified plan when reviewing your options. The deductible under an HSA qualified plan will generally be at least $1,200 for a single person and $2,400 for a family. Those are the minimum deductible requirements set by the IRS. And these minimum deductible requirements do change each year because the IRS generally adjusts them for inflation each year. So in summary, don't let a high deductible plan scare you off. It may not be applicable to the services that you're interested in, or it may permit you to open up a tax-free health savings account and enjoy triple tax advantages. In either case, you win because you're making an informed decision. Thanks for watching and listening. Check back often at kitchentableguy.com.